Now, in the southwest, the Lagos state government has set up a mobile court within the Apapa Oshodi expressway access to deal with any truck driver who insists on parking indiscriminately on the road. It also comes as the Lagos state governor, Akim Miyambode, extends the operation of the task force by another 48 hours, following the presidency's initial 72-hour directive. Already, motorists and commuters who ply the Apapa highway are starting to heave a sigh of relief as the trucks begin to align to one side of the road while slowly moving to some designated parking areas. Since it began work at the weekend, the task force says it has evacuated about 2,000 petroleum tankers and containers to about 6 holding bays at Coca bus stop, Apapa Oshodi Expressway, Toyota bus stop, Rainbow bus stop, and Tin Can Island. And joining us on News Across Nigeria today to talk about this issue is a regional planning expert from the University of Lagos, Dr. Olayinka Agunoye. You're welcome to News Across Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Firstly, the first thing that I like to mention is that how come it took all of this attention to be fixed on this issue for a temporary reprieve to happen in the first place? So there's a lot of indiscipline involved on the part of the tanker drivers and the owners of the trucks.
Precisely, I strongly agree with you, because that is suggesting to us that the solution is usually with us, and it is whenever we decide to implement the solution that we carry that you discover that we do it. But most of the solutions to all these challenges, they are so obvious, they are present, they are with us, and it depends on the one we want to use. We have short-term, we have medium-term, and we have long-term solutions. So it is suggesting to you that there are some underlying factors that are responsible for this lack of prompt implementation of most of these solutions.
We had a report on Channels Television recently, and we saw the reason why there were a lot of these trucks that are all coming to Lagos. Lagos is the birthing point for these oil ships that are going to load on these trucks and go to all other parts of the country. So that's a problem that needs a permanent solution. What do you see happening in the short to medium term that can stop this traffic congestion?
Well, what has happened in recent time is just a temporary approach to it. If we want a sustainable approach to it that will give us a long-lasting solution, we have to adopt the short-term, the long-term, and the short-term, medium-term, and long-term solution to it. Now, most people are talking about the tankers. It is beyond the tankers. We also have the activities at the seaports that is also in line with these tankers activities, and that's why if you see what has happened today, that they have been able to evacuate or to reduce the number of traffic up to more than 2,000 tankers, trucks from the road. You discover that we actually have the solutions with us, and if we are to do it, if we are to approach it in the short term, the rescheduling of the activities should be put in place. The rescheduling in terms of the strict monitoring too. When you reschedule, you don't just sit down. This is a special challenge that needs the presence of security presence. So you don't just schedule the timing, you also need to work in accordance with the monitoring.
Temporarily, do you think, sorry to interrupt you, do you think the mobile courts that they're setting up, you think it'll do anything?
Well, I believe it will work.
As a deterrent.
It will work, but it is not the solution. For example, in the oil depot that we have, do you know that out of almost more than 220 oil depots that we have, it's about maybe 6 of them that have corresponding parking facilities. Even the Orile Igomu trailer park that we have, you discover that recently government is trying to extend it, which is supposed to have done. So it is a case of the demand and the supply in place. So if we want to really do it to finalize this challenge, to really solve this problem once and for all, there is a need to conduct 2 surveys. There is a need for the parking survey, there is a need for the volume survey. It is when you have the baseline information that you can come up with a sustainable solution. And the rail mode is also what will give us the long-term solution. We have to introduce the rail mode.
That's supposed to be a no-brainer. Everybody's saying, why don't you just have the railways working?
So
because the ton of the volume of product that is being moved can't work on the roads. It should work on the railways.
Exactly. So that's what we are saying.
That's very capital intensive.
That's why it's a long-term plan. We have the short-term, we have the medium, and we have the long-term plan. So if it is the long-term plan, but we can start from the short-term plan and gradually we'll get there.
As a regional planning expert, and you are best served to address this situation, what is wrong with the planning of the city of Lagos, or what can be amended or improved on that will solve these sorts of problems?
You see, until we integrate an effective transportation master plan into every plan that we come up with. But the challenge is Lagos State is trying. Lagos State has very good plans, but the challenge is in terms of the implementation.
What about the volume of people coming into Lagos on a daily basis? We see the Lagos State government having its hands full. A whole lot of people are moving into Lagos. The rural to urban migration in Lagos is humongous.
Exactly. So, that is where the survey comes in. Right. We have no less than 7 surveys that we can conduct, but at least if we can conduct 2 to 3 surveys, this will give us the basis to come up with the master plan. And it is not enough to come up with the plan. It is also very important and key that we enforce. Enforcement is also very important. You can see what has happened today. Just from that enforcement, you can see that there is a difference compared to what was in vogue before now.
Yes. Okay, so as far as that planning is concerned, we know that if we can get the rails working, traffic will be better.
Yes.
If we can check the volume of the product that is being moved at certain times, the scheduling, I think
rescheduling.
that will be better.
Yes.
What about opening up the other ports in Port Harcourt so that the product can be birthed there and they can pick it up from there?
There is a recent proposal from the University of Lagos, which is suggesting deep sea ports.
Right.
If we have more deep sea ports, and I also believe this is in line with the plan of the federal government.
What's a deep sea port?
By the time a deep sea port we accommodate more than what this is accommodating. The capacity is bigger, and it will work in line with other seaports that are available. So by the time we put all this together,
where will the deep sea port be?
There have been proposals, there have been public-private partnership proposals on it, and the one that has been proposed for, in fact, there is one that they are proposing for Badagry at a point in time, one at Calabar, one Port Harcourt, at different locations of the country. Thank you, sir.
I've been speaking with Dr. Olayinka Agunloye of the University of Lagos, regional planning expert. Thank you for coming on News Across Nigeria.
You're welcome, sir.